Hey, stolen cousins. You already know what time it is. Animated horror stories. Animated horror stories. Ding ding ding. Boom boom boom. Ding 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 ding. Have you missed me? I've been gone a couple of days, but I'm back like it's never happened. And I connected my Twitch back. So if you want to see me live, if you want to be able to chat with me, go over to Elephant Chatting, do a little quick follow, support your good sis, share the live, because I don't ask you to share the YouTube video, but I am asking you to share the live stream. Don't play with me. No here, no there. But I love y'all. I missed y'all. So, duh. Obviously, I was coming back. I just be busy with life. And when I'm busy, I don't really have time to be like, hey, y'all, I'm busy because I'm just be busy. And then I'm going to be back and I'm going to let you know what, I was busy. But I'm here. Love you guys. We're here. We're back. Again, like it's never happened. Okay, let's get into it. 3 true Ding Dong Ditch horror stories animated. Where are we at? I am our Scary Tales house, our good cousin. As always, go over there, subscribe over there. Subscribe, watch the videos, come back. Over here, all I want you to do is please like the video. I asked y'all to comment. That's up to you. But what I do want you to do is like the video, please. Okay? So let's get up in here. We ain't gonna waste no more time. We just gonna get into it. Please grab a blunt, grab a bottle of water, grab a bag of chips, and grab a blanket so you can be snug. Okay? Okay. Let's get in here.
Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong!
The old man screamed at me, his raspy voice creating chills that ran down my spine.
He was playing
In
at
an
his house?
instant, he had closed the distance, and he was nearly on me.
Okay.
I grew up in a small suburb. We lived in a quiet apartment on the 3rd floor. Above us lived Mr. Huns. He was a middle-aged man who never talked to anyone in the building. Kids in the building stayed away from him. Every morning, he would come down to the sidewalks and water the grass.
Okay.
Yes, just freaking water the grass on the side of the road.
What's his deal, man?
Leave him alone.
He's just crazy.
Every time my best friend Charlie came to my house, he would ask the same question. Everyone was curious about Mr. Huns, but no one dared to go near him.
Why are y'all
One
so
night,
nosy? Leave that man
Charlie
alone.
came to my
He
house
can't
for a
water the
sleepover.
grass.
We watched a basketball game that night and then went to bed.
Did he have a wife? What? A wife? A girlfriend? Family? Did he ever have any? Who are you talking about? Your freak neighbor upstairs! Dude, just shut up and let me sleep. Fine, I'll go check myself.
Saying this, Charlie
ahead.
got up and left the apartment in his pajamas.
Hate that moron.
I followed him. My parents were sleeping, so I had to be quiet while locking the door from the outside. Charlie was heading upstairs. I saw a glimpse of his body.
Charlie!
What are you doing? Like, what are
Charlie!
you really gonna do when you go
Charlie, stop!
upstairs?
He didn't. When I reached upstairs, I saw Charlie standing outside of Mr. Hunt's apartment. His right hand was on the doorbell.
Charlie, what the frack? Stop! Cut it! Be ready to run, okay? Oh, man. Run, run, run!
We stormed off the stairs like our lives depended on it.
Because they
The
did.
moment we reached the door, I heard Mr. Hunt's coming out of his apartment.
Who's there? Open the door, dude. He might come down.
I heard Charlie's voice break into a panic.
Shut
I
up.
was sweating too.
Shut your
but
ass
then I
up.
remembered. I didn't take my key. My legs started shaking as I heard footsteps coming closer.
Hurry up! What are you doing, man? The freak's gonna bury us alive. I don't have a key. What? I know you're down here. You can't hide from me.
This is all your fault. You're never allowed to come
Oh
over
my
my house
God.
ever again.
Run!
We started running again. We ran straight to the ground floor.
Once we made it out to the streets, it'll be all over. Yeah.
Will it?
Now you want this to be over? This is all your fault, Charlie.
It
I was
is.
looking behind and could hear Mr. Hunt's footsteps getting louder and closer.
There, the exit.
Charlie ran to the door and slammed hard on it.
It's locked.
To the front door?
Bloody hell.
The footsteps weren't far.
Ready or not, here I come.
Just then, the door opened from the outside and one of the tenants walked in. She started asking us what we were doing here so late.
Girl,
The
I'm
more
just
she
trying to
kept
go
talking
outside.
to us, the more I heard Mr. Hunt's footsteps fade. When we made it back to our apartment, our parents taught us a lesson.
Yeah.
Charlie and
stop
I were
fucking playing
both
with people.
grounded. I didn't go to school the next day.
Okay,
Around
but
the afternoon,
what that
I
have to
was
do with
lying
old
on my
buddy?
bed when I saw Charlie entering my room from the window.
Dude, how did you cut it? I found dirt on your neighbor. What? I
Why
can't
are you
believe
so
you're still
damn
going on
nosy?
with this. We both got grounded because you went on your ding-dong ditch adventure. Fine, I'll leave. But do
So
you
get
know
out.
he killed his wife and no one ever found the body? Shut up. That's not true. Look, it was in the newspaper. I looked for it in the archives.
Charlie showed me a picture of a newspaper clipping. It was the mugshot of Mr. Huntsman with the title, Missing Person Investigation Turns into a Mystery.
They found pieces of evidence of his wife being home before the day she disappeared. Maybe he still has her in his apartment. I mean, he must have hidden her there. Somewhere so odd and simple where no one will look. Okay, I don't like
Or
the
maybe
sound
she
of your
left
voice
him.
right now.
Like,
Where are you going with this anyway?
he'd
We
be watering
need
the
to
grass.
get inside his apartment. What? No way! No freaking way, Charlie!
Our quarrels went on for some time, and then Charlie and I sat down to make a plan. Mr. Hunt's left the apartment for 2 hours every Saturday night. He would go out and buy his groceries. We waited for the right time. Once we saw him on the streets from my window, we set out. My parents were out that night, and the babysitter was busy talking to her boyfriend over the phone, so she didn't notice.
they always be trying to pretend like babysitters always got boyfriends, because they always don't.
Where did you learn to do that? You two. Now follow me.
We made our
What'd
way
you do, break
into
into
his
the door?
apartment. Charlie started sniffing the air. He probably expected the apartment to
His
reek of
mouth?
rotten meat, but there wasn't anything as such. The big living room leads to a bedroom on the right and the kitchen on the left.
Where do you think he'll hide it? Maybe in his freezer.
We checked the freezer and found dead butterflies pinned to cardboard stacked inside.
Oh,
There were
no.
jars of maggots stored too.
Oh,
Okay, that's
no.
it. Time to go back, Charlie. Enough is
Immediately.
enough.
Uh-huh.
Fine. Let's go back.
We locked the door and left his apartment before our lives got in danger. I was standing on the sidewalks with Charlie. He had a defeated face but decided to stop this madness forever.
Hey, isn't the grass a little thick here?
I looked down following his eyes and realized he was right. We looked at each other with a horrified face.
Why
Oh,
is he
because
only
he be
watering this
watering
side of
the...
grass?
Ah! Run! Ah, I am
neighborhood
R.
I
Come
grew up
on, that
in
is
was
not
a
how
s-
you end a story. That ain't how you end a story at all. We all just found out together. We all just found out that his wife was underneath there, and then here he comes. You need to at least have someone get snatched something. Who?
The neighborhood I
He
grew
always
up
end
was
like
a
that.
small,
IMR
tight-knit
don't care. He be
community.
ending on the best
As
part.
kids, we played everything from Foursquare to Manhunt on the street, day and
Ah,
night. Most
love
of
a
the
good
residents were
Foursquare
families whose
and a good
kids were all
Manhunt.
friends with each other, with only a handful of outliers. The major exception was the neighborhood maniac, a bitter old man named Mr. Thompson. He lived alone in a dingy house
Why
right
is
in the
he
middle
over there
of the
looking
whole
like
block.
that?
Nobody knew if he had children or if he had ever been married. Just that he was a total recluse who screamed at any kids who came near. For that reason, we sometimes referred to him as Old Man Nevercracker, the crazy hermit from Monster House. The resemblance
I know.
between them was uncanny. Mr. Thompson was a bald and ancient skeleton of a man with a hunchback and the meanest, scariest face anybody had ever seen. Usually,
Don't leave him
everybody avoided him
alone.
the way he avoided us. But in the dog days of summer, when every other game we were playing got boring, We became a little too desperate for entertainment. It started with the big orange tree in his front yard. The whole thing was chock full of perfectly ripe oranges.
Don't
One
touch
day,
not Nan
we
Orange
all
in his
started
shit.
daring each other to run up and snag one. Mr. Thompson would run outside with the baseball bat and start swinging.
Cause
but
don't
it was
touch his
worth it.
shit.
I swear, I never tasted an orange as good as the ones I stole from Mr. Thompson's tree. Within a week, the whole thing was bare. When the fruit was gone, we wanted more thrills.
Y'all
It
just
wasn't long
stole
before
all
we
his
got the idea to
oranges?
Ding Dong ditch him. First, I watched the older kids from across the street. Man, I never laughed so hard in my life. Mr. Thompson looked like he was about to burst one of those nasty
Cause when he
bulging
catch one of
veins
y'all
on the top of
stupid
his
hoes,
head.
y'all
Then,
gonna be sad.
as
He's
we
chasing
went
y'all
back
with a bat.
inside, another kid ran up and rang the doorbell again. Sprinting away just moments before, Mr. Thompson opened the door and hurled a tire iron at him. After that close
He's
call,
coming out with
they
bigger
gave
shit.
it a rest for a few hours, then had someone else do it.
He's gonna
At
try to
that
shoot
point,
y'all.
Mr. Thompson was threatening to call the cops, so everyone stopped for the evening. The next day, though, word got around that this was the new fun thing to do, and it started getting out of hand really quickly. By late afternoon, I finally convinced my closest friends to do it. I almost had to drag my friends up to the door because of how nervous they were.
Cause why would
Looking
you
back,
do it?
I should have listened to them.
Hey man, are you sure this is a good idea? Yes, I'm sure. It's freaking Nevercracker, dude. Don't you want to get back at him? Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna shoot
it's
one of
just
y'all.
over a couple footballs, you know? Is it even worth it? Just wait till you see the look on his face. I really don't know about this. Can we try tomorrow? I just feel like it's been done too many times today. Oh my god, will you please stop being such a chicken?
So you
Nothing
do
bad
it.
is going to happen to you, alright? So
So
just chill out.
you do it.
Fine. Let's get this over with. Now that's the attitude I'm looking for. Come
Let's get
on,
this
let's
over
go.
with. That's what
I'll
you're looking
always
for.
remember the way my heart pounded as I crept up to the door. It was such a rush. My friends were an arm's length behind me, just there to get a taste for it. I could feel my pulse in the tip of my finger as I put it on the doorbell. Then I pressed it. It rang from inside. And right in that instant, the door opened.
He
I
snatched
turned
your ass.
around to run away from Mr. Thompson.
Snatch
But he
it!
grabbed
We
me by
got
my shirt and
you!
yanked me back.
Yep,
Then
and
held
that's
on
you.
to the base
Oh.
of my neck with a vice grip.
He's
All
choking
of
you.
a sudden, this wasn't funny anymore.
It wasn't
Mr.
funny
Thompson
to begin
was at a
with.
stage of rage and fury that nobody had ever seen before.
Yep, and old
And I
people's
was about to
strength
get
ain't
the brunt
shit to
end
play
of it.
with.
I was
He's
too
about to
petrified
kill
to
your
look
ass. He's
back,
about to choke you to
but I
death.
could feel his stale breath on my ear.
Look at your friends running away. Some good ones you got there, huh? I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson. I really am. I won't do it again, I swear. I know you won't. And when I'm done with you, nobody will ever pull a stunt like that again.
Oh,
What are you gonna do?
he gonna chop
Shut
your
up!
fingers off.
Mr. Thompson dragged me by my ear into his house. It was dark and reeked like nothing I'd ever smelled before.
Oh my god.
There was even a chair in front of the door where he had been waiting for us. As he dragged me along,
Oh
it
my
became
god.
clear that he wasn't just a hermit, but also a hoarder. There was just junk
God.
everywhere,
I would've
and
been
everything
crying
was
and throwing
filthy.
up.
Finally, he stopped in the kitchen and pulled me up by the throat so he could scream in my face.
I'm sick and tired of you kids and your stupid
and he's
games. Go ahead and tell your
spitting.
little friends about this and see if any of them want to still play. I said shut up!
Oh.
Look here!
Mr.
Oh,
Thompson
people
forced
spit.
my head down so I was looking into the kitchen sink.
What's in
What I
it?
saw made me gag. It was full of this disgusting, murky water with bits of old fruit scraps and spit from his chewing tobacco. And it smelled like it hadn't been drained in weeks.
Oh, he's
Don't
gonna
look too
pick you-
good, do it! How about you get a closer look?
That's
No.
when he pushed my head into
Oh,
He
my
held me there
God.
as I kicked and punched to try and break free. But this old man that looked so fragile
It's
must
green
have
coming
still
out
had
his
his
nose,
strength
y'all.
from his years in the military. Because I
Why are
was
you playing with an
powerless
old ass
in the
military
struggle.
man?
I inhaled and swallowed so much water. After a few seconds, which seemed like
That's
eternity,
not water, that's
he
spit.
lifted my head up. I immediately threw up into the sink, just for him to plunge my head back under, straight into it.
Oh, you see, your friend told you not to
He kept
do
me
that
there until it
shit.
felt like I was moments from drowning. Then he finally let me go and pushed me away. Somebody was knocking at the door.
Yo, your
That's
mama?
your savior, you little rat. Now, scram!
That's your
I
mama?
ran for the door, coughing and gagging and crying. When I got outside, my dad was standing right there.
Yep.
My friends had run off and called him for help,
Period.
and I could see the look in his eyes that said he was halfway between calling the cops and beating Mr. Thompson to a pulp with his bare hands.
Hey, but
My
can he
mom
though?
was close behind.
Can he though?
She consoled me and took me home to wash everything off. I remember looking back as my dad entered Mr. Thompson's house for a talk. To this day, I never found out from either of them what happened.
Because your dad
There
probably
was
went
a
in there and got
stark
his ass
difference in
whooped.
Mr. Thompson ever since. It was like he'd been castrated. Of course, this made it easy for the whole neighborhood to reap some vengeance on my behalf.
So
Grabbing
your
the
dad went in there and
camera,
whooped his ass?
I turned
Okay.
to my team who was waiting for me in the car.
Let's do this, guys!
Hopping into the seat, I waited impatiently for
Okay,
Dave.
Let's
what I
do
am
it.
gonna say though, go back, go back, go back,
Was
go
close
back, go back.
and beating Mr. Thompson to a pulp with his
Cause yes, your daddy can be pissed all the way off. But why did you not raise your child with enough sense not to bother the elderly? You know, like your son is a follower. Your son's a follower first and foremost. He's a follower and he ain't got no backbone. Neither does his friends. Cause they didn't even come up with the ding dong ditch game. They was stealing oranges. They think the older kids playing ding dong ditch at Mr. Thompson's house. So they were like, oh, we could do the shit too. No, that's why your son got yoked up and choked out and damn near drowned in spit. So yes, you do have a right to be upset at that, but also be upset at your parenting. Cause ding dong ditch, your son ain't fast. He ain't fast, he's slow. You know, he rang the doorbell probably too many times. His buddy said it's already it's been done mad times. Today, mad people already did it. And someone's like, nah, it's cool. No, it's not cool. That's why he got choked out. Your son's weak. That's on you. That's on you. And the fact that you got so mad, went up in there, probably beat the shit out of Mr. Thompson, you weak too. Because you ain't teach your son shit. Mr. Thompson would have got his ass beat, but so would my son. Because you ain't about to be playing with old people. Old people are dumb strong. Right? And you went in there, cussed out Mr. Thompson. What if Mr. Thompson had me as a child? Now I'm at your door and I'm beating the shit out your wife. You know what I mean? Like, because you want to come over here and talk shit to my daddy. And, just like he had a metal bat, I have one too. So while I'm beating the shit out your wife, you come try to save her and I hit you in the kneecap. You know what I mean? Like, stop playing with the elderly because they have people too. Y'all just want to be disrespectful and then you want to be mad at him. Why are you mad at him? People was playing at his door all day long. They already stole up all his oranges. Stole up all his oranges from his orange tree. That man couldn't even get his mouth ready to get a fix of one. Yo, ratchet ass kids want to steal up all his fruit. Y'all ain't got fruit at the house? Oh, you do, but they just don't taste as good as his shit. Do your own tree. So y'all already raising thieves, and now you're raising people to harass the elderly? No, don't play with me. Beat the shit out you and
My
your
mom
wife
was close
and your son.
behind. She consoled me and took me home to wash everything off.
That
I
looks
remember
disgusting.
looking back
That
as
real,
my dad
like
entered
real
Mr. Thompson's
disgusting.
house for a talk. To this day, I never found out from either of them what happened. But there was a stark difference in Mr. Thompson. ever
I'm mad
since.
for Mr.
It was like
Thompson
he'd been
because some kids
castrated.
ain't had no right
Of
to be all up
course,
in his house
this
playing with
made
his
it
shit,
easy for the
touching
whole
stuff,
neighborhood to reap some
stealing,
vengeance
and then
on my
here y'all
behalf.
go.
Grabbing the camera, I turned to my team who was waiting for me in the car.
Let's do this, guys!
Hopping into the seat, I waited impatiently for Dave to rev up the engine and we were on our way. The video idea was perfect and was sure to blow up our YouTube
Okay, that's
channel.
old buddy from
Who
the
could
beginning.
resist a
I was
viral
wondering
Ding
where he
Dong
was
Ditch
at.
video?
Okay, guys, we need to find the perfect house for this. The madder the owner gets, the better, okay?
We drove around for several hours. hopping out and playing pranks on several houses. Some of the owners had some good reactions, and I was convinced that this video was going to be sick. Eventually, however, the sun began to set in the sky and the evening chill set in.
One last house for the night, guys. How about that one?
Y'all are playing.
I don't know, man. It looks abandoned.
Exactly. Less work for us, and we can say it was haunted or something.
After handing the camera off to Dave, I hopped out of the car and snuck my way up the path,
Always a Dave.
my heart pounding in my chest. I took a deep breath and steadied myself, then reached up to knock on the door. I threw myself around the corner of the house just in case anybody came to the door, but I already knew that there wasn't going to be any answer. The house was abandoned after all, which was why I didn't even bother to run away from the window I had flattened myself against. Suddenly, however,
God.
the faces of my friends in the car
That's
grew
right,
pale,
nah.
and Dave pointed at the window behind me.
Knees to
I raised
chest.
an eyebrow at him, then
Knees
turned
to
around.
chest,
I threw
boy.
myself backward, my heart pounding in my chest, as I
Oh,
saw the
God.
horrific figure standing in the dimly lit window.
And you ain't running
He
to the
didn't
car?
move or say anything. He just stood there watching us. His eyes were red and almost looked reptilian
Get
in
to the
nature.
car.
His old face was drawn taut as if he hadn't eaten in ages. His nose was
Ain't he
gigantic
hungry?
and covered in warts, and his toothless grin was sinister.
Oh,
I
and
felt
he
a
got no
chill run
sleep.
down my spine. What a weirdo. Backing up, I ran back to the car, watching my friends laugh from the window.
Whoa, what a creep. And here I thought we were just going to Ding Dong Ditch.
We were shaking off the weird feeling when Dave suddenly yelled.
He's following us!
So
We all
drive.
turned
You're in
around
the
and saw
car.
the figure getting into a car.
Oh,
engine roaring to
drive,
life.
Dave.
Keep
What
the
the
camera
fuck are you
recording, Dave. We don't
doing?
want to miss this. Hey, get out! Out of the car! We need to record this. It'll be a viral hit.
We
are you
piled out of the
talking about?
car and waited for the creepy old man to come to confront us. He finally reached us and stopped right in front of us, his eyes fixed on me. He got out of the car, breathing
What are
heavily,
you doing?
his hands clenched into fists at his sides.
Oh, he's
I
trying to
stepped
whoop your
forward.
ass?
Trying to be brave.
What do you want? It was just a prank, man.
He didn't say anything though,
Get back in the
and
car.
just stared at us. After a minute or two, I motioned my friends back into the car and we left.
I thought he was gonna do something cool for the content. That was boring.
We drove down the street, and I guess I thought that the car trailing behind us was just some random vehicle. Eventually, Dave dropped me off at my house,
Oh,
and
wow.
the rest of my friends drove off. As I began to walk toward my door, I noticed the same vehicle which had been behind us parked across the street. The man was out there, watching me. I froze in place, my heart
Now your
pounding
ass
in my
scared,
chest.
huh?
He had followed us all the way, and now he was here.
At
I
your
took a
house.
deep breath and tried to calm myself down as I slowly backed away from the house. In an instant, however, the man had leaped out of his car. His old body moved frighteningly quickly and he ran toward me, a devilish scream of anger coming from his throat. I stumbled back, my feet unable to keep up with my racing mind.
Ding dong! Ding dong!
You see what
The
you
old
started?
man screamed at me, his raspy voice creating chills that ran down my spine.
And I hope
In an
your mama
instant,
home.
he had closed the distance, and he was nearly on me. I leaped to my feet, my heart pounding in my chest as I stumbled along the street, running as fast as I could. I could hear him behind me, his
Oh,
footsteps
be
never
fast,
getting closer
bro.
but
They be
never farther
fast, they be
either.
strong
I
as
could hear
shit.
him screaming behind me, some incoherent gibberish about pranks, Ding Dong Ditch, and about our crew. I heard him screaming and yelling and knew that if I stopped running for an instant, he'd be
Gonna
on
grab
me.
you, yeah.
I didn't want to know what would happen to me.
Coming
Get
to
away
choke
from me.
Your ass up.
Eventually, as I ran into a busier part of town, he disappeared. I don't know where he went, but in one instant he just seemed to have vanished. I didn't stop running though, and I ran all the way to a police station where I reported the old man. The
How
police
did you?
did have a few questions about why we were ding-dong ditching his house,
Exactly.
but once I explained everything, they quickly launched an investigation into the man's whereabouts. According to the police, they had searched his home to find some teens being held hostage there. The old man had allegedly kidnapped these teens who had previously prank called his house. We were relieved to find out that our lives were not in danger anymore, but at the same time felt shaken up by our scary experience. I don't care how many views this video gets us. We're never going to ding-dong ditch a stranger ever again. This experience was definitely a wake-up call.
Ding dong! Ding dong!
Because ain't no reason for y'all to be playing that much. You over here playing at someone else's house, ding-dinging at their door. Then, oh, buddy already had people kidnapped. Now he's arrested. Like, he got arrested because of y'all. Like, yeah, he was already going to get arrested once he let them kids go, if he let them kids go, but still. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this video. I say that I got, it went from good to great. So, a little better. I will say number 2 was probably my favorite one because, again, your little badass son want to go and be a follower and start following people doing follower shit. He get yoked up and now you worried about it. And then number 3, yo has grown. Yo has grown playing these games. You deserve all smoke. So, let me know which one was your favorite in the comments. And until next time, you guys, I love y'all. Bye.